Hi, welcome to the Be Strong Show. I'm your host, Michelle Shirley, CEO and Chief Heart Officer for Be Strong International. We are on our way to continuing to do amazing things in the community. We have our back to school drive happening on July 9th. Would love for you to be part of it, and shout out to TD Bank for being our Sapphire sponsor. Well, today's show is going to be incredible. I hope you grab someone because there are some hot topics that we're going to talk about today, especially around investing, stocks, and all the amazing things. So today with me, I have the founder of Private Wealth Management of Coral Gables, Al Maulini, right? I got that right?
Got it right.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. So I'm not one of the folks that butchers it, right? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I know that we've had interactions with your firm. We've come to your mixers where you're talking about all the work that you're doing and how you're helping people just build wealth. It's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Happy to be here with you and Be Strong.
Yeah.
Always happy to have you at my lectures because you're actually a really good speaker.
He's saying that and I'm just like, it's so many people in the room. And I know they don't come to hear that, but I love that you allow that space for nonprofits to share. I think it's really beautiful.
Yes,
It speaks to what you do and the type of person that you are. So thank you for that. Yeah. Well, people are watching us right now. So I would say if I were to say probably one word, hot topic right now, SpaceX, right? Talk about that.
SpaceX is hot. SpaceX is hot, but the whole space sector is hot.
Tell me
and there's a reason for it. Space is infinity. Just a few data points. So I don't want to get too complicated, but we'll start with, you have the universe, infinity.
Right.
You have our galaxy.
Right.
Within the universe, the Milky Way. You have our arm of the galaxy called Orion.
Mm-hmm.
And then within Orion, you have our solar system. So if you take our solar system, which is pretty vast, okay, and you take all the mass in our solar system, which is the sun and all the planets, the sun occupies 99.86% of the total mass. So we're basically little dots surrounding the sun.
Right.
0.14% is all the planets, and 0.1 of that is Jupiter. So all the planets other than Jupiter, including Earth, are 0.04%.
Wow.
Okay, so basically it's the sun and little dots. Okay. Now within that, all that mass is only 1/250 trillionth of our solar system. So we're basically all this space.
Yep.
So I like to say this, it's infinite. There's a lot of space in space. So when you're talking about these companies like SpaceX that want to they have 10,000 Starlink units in space. The goal is 100,000. The goal of SpaceX and other companies is 1 million data centers in space. And people say, wow, is it going to get crowded? No, you could do 100 million satellites. It does. You can't possibly fill it. If this room was our galaxy, all the planets and mainly the sun are a golf ball.
Right.
In this entire room.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible to fill. So space is infinity, and it's the future of humanity is mining in space and mining in space and on the moon and these satellites that create data. And that's the reason the space sector is so hot right now. And, SpaceX, I mean, they launch 80% of the rockets. Right. And 90% of the satellites. I mean, they own the skies right now.
That's what I was.
They're 10 years ahead of all their competitors.
That's what I was going to say to you. I don't even think that in the next 5 years you have people that are going to be able to keep up with where Elon Musk is even thinking and headed.
Now, my understanding is right now, SpaceX is about 10 years ahead of the next competitor. In business, we call having a solid defense against competitors a moat. Like, moat around the castle, and you have your alligators in there. Well, SpaceX has the hardest moat in business right now. I mean, they don't have competitors. They don't have competition. So that's a story there. The on the other side, they're if you look at it from an accounting perspective, their valuation, their price of their stock doesn't make sense.
Right.
because they're pricing in the future.
Right.
So people are really betting on the future when you buy SpaceX.
Yeah.
But the success of that company thus far and the success of the other companies within the Musk universe is so good.
Yeah.
That's what makes SpaceX a hot stock right now.
Yeah, and I think because of this unlimited, I'm making up a word, ness of space that he has to deal with and to operate in, for him it's limitless.
Yes.
Right now. What would you say to the individual who is seeing all this? They've got their little 401k or their 403b, and they're listening to all this and they're watching the news because it's saying he's the first now trillionaire, right? What do you say to those folks who are trying to figure out, like, how can I jump in and get a piece of this?
Yeah, well, I'd say that the space sector as a whole is good.
Yeah.
And there are different types of funds that address the space sector.
Right.
That's good. If you're going to buy SpaceX, just know this. Statistically, when an IPO comes out, 6 months later, it's lower.
Okay.
So the stats are against you. If you buy SpaceX today, based on stats, it'll be lower in 6 months. Okay. And then it resumes its upward climb. It may or may not happen with SpaceX. Maybe they're one of the 10% that's actually higher 6 months from now.
Yeah.
But I would say that if you buy SpaceX, okay, put it away, the space, and don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
Invest the right amount where you're not going to get antsy about what it does tomorrow or next month or 6 months from now. You're holding that for the future. It's like space. You're holding it for 5 years. And the same thing applies to the space sector. Space sector. It's very volatile. A lot of exciting companies there, new companies appearing all the time, private companies raising money and going public. But buy the space sector as a longer term position, which in general in stocks is what you want to do anyways.
Right.
Okay, but definitely the space sector.
Gotcha. What about AI, right? We know that Elon is into that realm as well. Obviously, you need that as part of this launch. But tell me more about, I think I've been reading articles around the fact that while people are using these new technologies like Claude and, Microsoft is trying to figure out how they still compete, and Google is still in the mix with Gemini and all these things. What do you say to someone who's thinking like, man, when is that next thing gonna jump off? When is that next IPO? How do they follow? How do they stay engaged with that? What are your thoughts on the growth of AI?
I wouldn't be so worried about the next hot IPO, but you should be involved somehow in artificial intelligence and in what we call the picks and shovels of artificial intelligence, which is infrastructure, building these data centers.
Okay.
And that's not the future. That's running right now. That is running.
Yeah.
That area is running.
Yeah.
Because there's a furious competition between these different AI companies and the AI giants, like Anthropic and OpenAI with ChatGPT and SpaceX is very involved in the area. So I would say, again, kind of like space, get involved. We are in the new industrial revolution being driven by AI.
No doubt
this world is changing by the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Literally by the day.
Yeah.
If you didn't read on the new news today, you're behind.
Right.
I like to say there's last week's news, there's yesterday's news, and there's today's news. And it's different every day.
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely want to get involved in artificial intelligence. You definitely want to buy a group of these companies. Maybe the large companies,
right?
Like Google,
right,
and Microsoft and Amazon,
right,
and SpaceX even.
Yeah,
they're also AI.
That's what I was going to say.
Through XAI,
right,
that they own. But you want to be involved, and again, hold these positions long term because AI is the future. It's changing the world. It's driving us into the greatest industrial revolution, bigger than the one from 100 years ago. And as that happens, wealth is being accumulated.
Yep.
There's money being made. Money is being driven to these companies.
For sure. I want to also ask you about the beauty industry too. Like, where are they in this mix of growth and things that you see happening? Because I have a friend of mine who runs a very popular, I won't name it, right, beauty store. And the sales, she's saying, every week, it's through the roof, right? Women are coming in there, people are coming in there and spending.
I would say a beauty industry, and let me divert you to another area. There's also a revolution right now going on in peptides. Have you followed that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's new.
People are taking it.
I mean, it is crazy. There's new peptides coming out.
Yeah.
It all started there with Ozempic and Mounjaro, which were proven to work.
Yeah.
It works.
Right.
Okay. And that's caused a look at other peptides, even though what's happening, and I mentioned peptides because that's kind of related to the beauty industry. Lilly's trying to put a hard patent on retatrutide, which is the new big thing. It's like the better Mounjaro. And Lilly's a big position, for example, in our portfolio. But I would say keep an eye on what's happening in the peptide area, because that's almost like another AI on the health side.
Yeah.
And there's all different types: weight loss, skincare,
it's huge.
Energy,
it's huge.
Hormone utilization. I mean, it's all the space, 1,000 different peptides.
Yeah. It's almost like you would say, I had someone tell me, figure out what you love and what you're passionate about, and then start to research those things, right? Because it'll move you to want to invest in those things. You're using it, you're buying it anyway. You're a consumer basically, right? And so you're more geared towards putting your dollars and what you see happening.
Yeah. When somebody is a novice and they come to me and they say, how should I begin? How do I learn this?
Yeah.
I always like to say, buy a couple of stocks that you use. Do you use Amazon?
Right. Who doesn't use Amazon, right?
Buy Amazon. And follow the stock.
Right.
Are you a Google person? Do you own a Tesla?
Right.
This type of thing. So I like to, direct people that way. Even though the most diversified approach, if you just don't care, is just a group of good funds.
Right.
Okay. I like unit trust also. It's a type of fund. Okay. But the fund approach is effective.
Yeah.
And diversify into the different areas. But you may want to pick off a couple of stocks that you use.
Right.
And follow your stock.
Exactly. Right. And make it exciting for you and for your family, for the younger ones too, that want to start, right? Because now we're going into the schools and we're seeing that teenagers are checking. They're on Coinbase. They're on all these platforms, moving money around.
Yeah, on that point, especially for me, it's not even so much a money-making venture, but to train the young person in investing.
Yeah.
I really like to buy the individual company, the stock that you follow. I like to do it that way. It's not really a money make. I mean, we should make money, but we want to make money. But it really is like a learning experience,
right?
To buy the companies you like, and hold those companies and follow those companies.
Yeah, I love that. And having conversations about it, maybe at the dinner table, right?
Absolutely.
Beyond all the other mess that's going on that really isn't important and isn't going to grow them in any way. Really cool. So tell me, with the years that you've been doing this, and I was listening to you speak at one of your sessions, and you were talking about how long you were doing this. I mean, it's been more than 40 years?
This will be my 42nd year.
Yeah, right, of doing this. And you were on the radio before there was probably podcasts and all the things, right?
I was.
How do you feel about your journey?
It's been a heck of a journey. To a certain extent, too much experimentation in different areas of the career. I mean, that's also made me well-versed.
Right.
Okay. But, I dropped off to do financial radio for 2 years in the late 80s and early 90s.
Right.
That cost me money. I became an area director in the investment side at a big bank and stopped, one-on-one client building.
Right.
That cost me money, but I got experience there. I was a trader.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't accumulating clients. I was trading for other brokers, in effect. That cost me money.
Right.
Okay. But, so to a certain extent, it's made me more well-versed, well-rounded, in my field.
Yeah.
But if I would have just said, I'm a financial advisor 40 years ago, I'm going to build a book of business, and then I'd be probably much bigger today. Even the lectures I do, I discontinued those for a long time.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
Mainly due to compliance reasons.
Okay.
Big institutions are careful about
who they bring,
what you talk, what you write. I was writing. I had my first newsletter in 1988. I stopped, mainly for compliance reasons. Wow. Now that I own my own boutique, and I have a great partner, I can write, I can post, I can lecture, I can be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you written a book?
I have not written a book yet.
Man.
I've been approached.
Right?
I've been approached, but I have not written a book.
Why?
I just haven't done it. I mean, I write so much and I read so much because I do an insane amount of reading.
That's what I was going. That's where I was going to go. That's where I was going to go next, about the way in which, as a founder, being heavily involved and talking to your clients and making sure that things are on the up and up and that you're aware of what's going on. Because from day to day, as you said, things change in a moment, right? What is your routine and how do you keep up with these constant changes?
I have a crazy routine. I tell people my routine. My girlfriend's sitting in this room. She can confirm this. But I set my alarm clock at 5. It never goes off. I'm up before 5, quickly getting into subject. I love to see what is going on right now.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I basically try to summarize. It's more than a dozen different newsletters that I receive and different subjects, and quickly read through subjects and then do deep dives and bullet points that I like. And this takes me 4 hours every morning.
Are you using AI?
3 to 4 hours. I have to use AI.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was gonna say.
you get a dozen newsletters.
Right. You just
possibly.
can't process. Yeah.
So I summarize each, draw it into bullet points, review the bullet points, and I say, aha, this one. And then from there, I do a deep dive.
Gotcha.
And that'll take me to Bloomberg, CNBC, maybe X or some other, wherever that subject came. And then I learn it.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that, you can't, AI can summarize things, but it's got to get in here. You got to read it a few times. Aha.
Yeah.
Now I understand. And then you can write about it.
Yeah. Not only that, there's lived experience that comes with reading and then knowing how to apply that wisdom, right?
Yes.
That AI cannot, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, my guys will say, this is happening. Should we jump on this? And I'll say, this kind of reminds me of 2001, where this happened. Or this reminds me of when this happened in the crash of 87. I mean, that only comes with experience.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That helps.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
And, if you're wise, you won't try to repeat it again.
Right.
Okay. You want to avoid that.
Yeah.
A lot of investing is avoid.
Yeah.
Okay. Avoid that.
Red flag.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That leads me to another question. Was there ever a time when you saw, man, everybody is jumping on this thing or this new opportunity or whatever this investment fund is, and you're in that space where you're trying to like, should I not? You're looking at everything. You decide to pass, and it was the best thing you could have done?
It's semi-happening right now with SpaceX. We're talking about it right now. We're actually talking about it. So SpaceX is hot, and I've carefully allocated to that. I haven't gone crazy. So there's 2 portfolios that I manage. One is a space portfolio, and it's got a 3% position. And then there's another one that is an artificial intelligence portfolio, and a little position there. That's it. I'm not, and for some accounts, a little bit of SpaceX long term, but I haven't gone nuts because, again, statistically, the IPO is going to be lower in 6 months. So I don't want to go crazy yet. I want to build a position.
Gotcha.
But that would be an example.
Right.
But some people are plowing in like full. Let's go.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you hold it, for 5 to 10 years, you'll be good.
Yeah.
But it could be a rough ride.
Have you ever had a situation where you had a client and, you did your best to steer that client in the right direction, but it's these clients that just don't understand the changes and the long-term play? How have you had to deal with that or share, hope, especially when there was the crisis that happened 2009, right?
I kind of deal with it all the time. So I'll have, I think most of my portfolio they'll just go with me and it'll be somewhat diverse, but you have extremes. You have, on the one hand, somebody who, and it doesn't matter what their age is. You'll have,
really,
I have an 84-year-old client. He stocks 100% aggressive.
Wow.
Okay. He's a green light. He's always a green light.
Right.
So you got to kind of, pull him
Reel him back.
And then you'll have another client, and they could be young. They could be 45, 50 years old. stocks. I don't know, fixed income. Come on, you gotta,
Yeah.
be a little bit more aggressive. You're young enough to do this.
Right. Yeah.
So I have those two extremes, and then you always have market situations. And look, even in a good year, and this is a decent year, and it's happened already. You will have between 1 and 3 tough times during the year.
Period. And people just got to set their mind around that.
That's it. I mean, this year already, we had the conflict in Iran, caused the market to sell off. Okay. Yeah. And you just have to stay the road, the space. I mean, if you have if your account is diversified and you're in a good position, then stick to the plan. Yeah. Stay the road. It'll work out at the end.
Yeah. And I know you've had to give a lot of people comfort too, right? You almost have to be very empathetic, right?
Yes.
Towards the way in which they're feeling as these things are moving. Would you say that, and this speaks to our work, right? Would you say that emotional intelligence is definitely at play when you're dealing with these clients and talking to them?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in wealth management, I would say it depends how long the individual has been my client. If they've been with me for 30 years, they're used to it. They don't, they don't even want to talk about it. They're good. If they've been with me for a year, that takes a lot more
nurturing,
psychiatry,
all the things.
Yeah. You're more psychologist there.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna say therapy, but
training,
right? Educating,
and it depends. Also, is the person somebody who was a real estate bank depositor and now they're doing this? That takes a lot more education. Or are they somebody who have picked me because they've had 3 other financial advisors they're unhappy with? Well, less education. They're more astute. They've been in the game, so to speak, for a longer period of time. Yeah. So every individual is different, and that's the way I operate, and that's the way my team operates too. And I got a great team, by the way.
No, you do. When I went to present, it's a full-on beautiful event.
My power is my team.
Oh man. Well, I mean, every leader should be saying that, right? Every leader should be saying that. Yeah. We can't be where we are and do the things that we want to do without a strong team.
Yep.
Then I'd challenge you to say, what then because there are people watching who are with other firms right now, right? This is the first time they may be seeing you. They're seeing that human side of what you do too with nonprofits, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
What then makes you different? And why should someone think about considering, calling you?
We are different in a lot of ways. We are true blue money managers. We're in the trenches. We do it ourselves. We do the hardcore analysis. Okay. Our results are good. Our clients love us. They become part of the family. We have a unique business structure. We kind of, for better or worse, we operate like a family. I think for better. It's not just about production. It makes the day smooth. I think that on my team, people feel like, well, the day's over already, and it's smooth. And then that extends to our clients, and then our clients feel that. So when we have an event, the people feel good, being in the office, and that's also good. So besides results, and we're in the trenches, but it's a good feeling. It's a good business. Great location. You've been to our office. We've tried to decorate it with style and give it a different look. Yeah. So people feel good about good energy walking into the office. And solid company, solid business partner.
Solid leader.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. It speaks volumes. I definitely, for me, I think it's the idea that while I may not know the depths of what you do, the way in which you feel welcome from the time you come in and the follow-ups, and I think the care that's given. Money is an important thing to people. I mean, it's how we live, eat, do all the things, right? And so it matters to people how you deal with the client and how you treat them, because they're trying to protect their future, right? They're trying to protect their future. So thank you for that. All right. We'll shift a little bit into people getting to know a little bit more about you. I think this also is what makes a difference on why people would invest in working with a company like yours. So we have our social yaks game here. We're going to go level by level so that you all can get to know Al a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So I want you to pull the first card, which is breaking the ice, the blue one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to read it out loud to the audience, and then you'll
All
answer.
right.
All right.
What's something you would never buy? Okay, I will tell you what I buy too much of. First
so there's
of all,
not a never.
Yeah, well, there's a never, but there's like I'm too much of a gadget guy. I got to get away from that.
Really?
I buy I'll see something and I'll say, "Wow, this is really cool," and it's some gadget of.
And it's like for 30 seconds, you play with it, and then it's
or
done.
Sometimes I take it out of the box and then it sits there, and 3 years later I'll say, "Hey, look what I bought 3 years ago." So it's gadgets.
Okay.
Yeah, so I buy too many gadgets, but I would say that there is a peak to any type of like luxury item, like a car.
Right.
I like a nice car.
Right.
I think it's important my car be organized and clean,
Right.
no matter what it is.
Right.
But there comes a point where, come on now, it doesn't.
It just
it doesn't matter if I'm Elon Musk.
All right.
I would not buy that car.
right.
It's too much. So I think once in general, luxury items, once they get above a certain price, I think I'm out.
You're out. Yeah. That's cool. That's good to know. It's good to know. All right. So we're going to dig deeper into the yak. Get social. That's the brown card there. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's read that one.
Ooh, all right. Which famous person in history would you want to spend the day with? I want to spend the day with Musk. We're living history right now. We are living history right now. I mean, it's incredible with AI and space technology and robotics. Yeah. That's another whole other area. Okay. I think if I spent the day with Musk, he's like a super peptide. I'd be so energized from that point on. It wouldn't even be funny.
I know.
Just to see the tenacity and just
the way in which he thinks.
Yeah.
Just the way in which he thinks. Just sitting around him and him giving you one idea for your business. So you're just like, wow, just didn't think of that.
Yeah. I mean, we're living history right now.
Yeah.
So that's who I would pick.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll dig deeper now into the green card.
Okay.
See?
Looking back, was there a turning point in your life? I had serious physical health problems 5 years ago, and I had open heart surgery. I had a quadruple bypass. I had neurological issues, and it was touch and go. It was touch and go. When you're 30 days room on your back and you can only think, it changes your life. What am I going to do next? I basically started my new firm in my mind. At that point, I decided I'm going to start my own boutique. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And I did. I mean, I was heavy. I was athletic when I was young. I got fat. I lost 80 pounds, became athletic again, became a young man, basically. People see, what? You went through that? Oh, yeah. And I couldn't walk. I had neurological issues. And that was a turning point in my life. And faith in God.
Of course. That's powerful. Thank you for sharing that. It's interesting because I was talking with some other leaders, and it just seems like the time that we're living in now, it's this constant striving, right? And you're just doing, and you're going, and you realize, if I pass tomorrow, would I be saying on my bed, I need to do something else for work, right? Or would I be thinking about the legacy that I want to leave behind, right? Those moments, I think, make us think. And I hope for many people even listening that it doesn't take something as critical as that, right? For people to slow down and process, what are they doing this for? Why are they doing it? And, of course, bringing their faith in the mix, right? We really also want to leave the world, someone told me, leaving the world better than you found it, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. We will end there today. This was really, really beautiful. We have one more. I'll just share it because I want to So you're going to read that card and I'm going to share it about you. What does it say?
If this was the last time we saw each other, what would you tell me? Well,
Oh,
it's kind of like a play on the last card. I'd say
right.
you can restart whenever you'd like.
That's what I'm going to tell you. Yeah. And thank you for restarting, because I don't know if I would have known you and gotten a piece of what you've given me if you didn't restart. You see, we're all intertwined.
Thank you.
So thank you for saying yes again to life and to a healthier life and to God, putting things in order for you and just following his lead. And this has been amazing. So I want you to look into that camera and just share anything about, how they can contact you, and if there's any way in which you can leave a good positive word around investing, that'd be good.
Yeah. Great. Well, we're private wealth management at Coral Gables, located at 141 Miracle Mile. You can also look us up on our website, pwmcg.com, and you can contact us through there, or feel free to walk in and knock on our door at 141 Miracle Mile. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being on the show. This was amazing. I'm so glad we got to connect in this way, right? Hope to have you again soon when things blow up even more, and then we can talk again about SpaceX Part 5, right? Because he's just going to keep going. So this wraps up our show today. Thank you so much for being a part of the Be Strong show and tuning in. And I hope you got a beautiful message out of it about life is so grand. You can always start over and start over again. It just takes a yes. Hope to see you soon. See you next time.